velocity and show.
I wanted to jump in real quick and
Yes.
say they did put out a new tornado warning with this storm as well that does now include at the very edge of it Duncan as well, Comanche on the edge of it. Yeah, there's a lot of towns in here, so the tornado warning was extended further towards the north and east.
Is it a tornado possible tag?
Well, it's not it's a radar indicated tornado warning.
I just know as it moved into Walters, it looked like more winds than any circulation, if anything.
Yeah, I haven't seen any.
I can assume Jared and Matt are both headed down Highway 70 and are going to head up north on Highway 81 to intersect the storm as it moves into Duncan.
We don't have a tornado possible tag right now, but obviously that could be
Yeah. I know it's raining pretty hard here on the east side of town. Let's do an overall view, Alex, and then we'll recoup and we'll head back to this tornado warned storm. So here is a live view of what is happening across the viewing area right now. There's not much going on out further west. Altus, Frederick, Vernon, Hollis, but don't put your guard down because there's still more severe thunderstorms and even a tornado threat potential as we do head into the night because of that dry line eventually as it's going to be moving further towards the east. But there are 2 active severe thunderstorm warnings that are in place. Let's show Comanche County and what Lawton is seeing right now, what Cache is seeing right now. There's some pretty heavy rain, especially if you're on the south side, southeast part of the quadrant of Lawton. I know we're dealing with a lot of heavy rain right now. I can hear it here at the station. Geronimo, you are also seeing a lot of heavy rain as well. No, not in the tornado warning that is towards the south that's impacting Cotton. Elgin, you're seeing some maybe light sprinkles right now, but Cache just north of 62 with the yellows and reds is indicating some of that moderate rainfall. Now let's head into Stevens County and we'll show the tornado warning that was just issued for, and that tornado warning also does include the part of eastern Comanche County, northern Cotton County, as well as Stevens County here. Duncan is under that tornado warning. We do have the system that is moving through Walters as we speak. That will eventually be lifting up towards the northeast, and that's probably why they extended this tornado warning. But even that inflow doesn't appear to be as strong as it was, which is some good news because that means we're not going to be seeing that inflow, those winds being sucked up into the storm, which will ultimately bring us some tornadoes. But there's still some areas of concern on velocity here, and it's going through Walters as we speak. So that is why Cotton County, you're still under that tornado warning, especially here in the Walters area. Everybody needs to be in their safe spaces, making sure that they are away from windows in the interior part of their home, and just also being mindful of the weather because we're seeing stuff now, but eventually there will be some clearing, and then there will not be some clearing, but eventually we'll be seeing another round, is what I was trying to get at there. Let's take Jared Burke. Jared, you, Barrett, and Justin have been out for 12 hours now. What are you seeing right now? You're in Walters in Cotton County. Take it away. right, Jared, thank you for that. So I guess Jared can't be heard via Facebook Live, so I'll just give a recap of what he said. Essentially, he is telling everybody don't take this lightly. There's nothing confirmed on the ground, but because this is rain wrapped, you never know what is truly happening. And of course, storm spotters, they need to keep a safe distance. There's always the ideal place for them to go in these storms when they are out chasing them. But in terms of being in the heart of the storm, that's never going to happen for safety. And life is more valuable at that point. So Jared is just reiterating to everybody that even though we don't have anything confirmed right now, do not take these tornado warnings lightly. Please still take your precautions, take your safe spaces seriously. And there was just a power flash here at the station. So far, we are still good. I'm wondering if power went out for a few other places. I think we have full power because everything is still on. And the weather center lights haven't kicked on yet. So there does appear to be some power flashes, and there's a lot of lightning with these storms. Alex, do you want to toggle on lightning and then come over here real quick?
We're good.
Jason says we're good. So that is fantastic news to hear. Thank you for that, Jason, one of our directors. He's been in the back, just making sure everything is going smooth here. But a lot of lightning, and there may be some power outages associated with this as well. That frequent lightning moving over Walters, so it'll be interesting to see what Cotton Electric is showing as well as PSO. Lauren, if you can keep an eye on PSO and Cotton Electric.
Yeah, so we got this tornado warning here now. I'm going to hop in for a little bit, give Lexi a little bit of a break. I've been going wall to wall for about 6 hours now if you include our Facebook time. If you guys could fix that camera shot to where it is now higher up for my shot, that would be great. But we have this tornado warning still in effect. It's impacting, just went through the Walters area. We're looking at some cities like Duncan, Comanche, Temple. You are all in that tornado warning as well, and you need to be treating this like the tornado is going to be coming, even if it actually hasn't officially been made impact to the ground. We haven't had anything confirmed. It's a lot of rain is out there. It's rain wrapped, and we are still seeing the indications of velocity here. So this is looking here at the velocity couplet here. It's just making its way through the Walters area right now. There's definitely signs that there's still a little bit of a rotation. The greens and the reds, when you get those very close together, you would that's where you start to see the indications of that the rotation in the atmosphere. It's rain wrapped once again, like I said, so it's very hard to see on the east side of Walters now, and it's making its way towards the north and east here. As I step to the other side of the screen, you can see some of the cities that could be impacted eventually here, as we have both the Duncan area, Empire City, Comanche a little bit further. If you look all the way to the far right of your screen, that has the potential, if the storm was to make a right-hand turn, that has the potential. So definitely keeping a close eye on the velocity here. If maybe we could pause the velocity at the very, there we go. So you can see even without those storms here, or even with the storms moving into the area with the stronger winds, maybe a little bit weaker rotation, and we are seeing strong winds. Lauren, looks like you might have something. Sirens? Okay, so two things. First off, the Fort Sill area might have a little bit of some power issues. We'll hopefully hear more on that here pretty soon. But Duncan sirens are going off, which is not surprising. They are in the prime line for if that tornado warning continues to make its way this way. It's going to be in the Duncan area here in the next 30 minutes. I actually kind of want to look at the timing of the system here, as I don't think we've shown that in a little bit. If it's possible to get the timing up here pretty soon. But the storm's moving fairly quick out there right now with the rotation impacting the Walters area right now.
The timing, Alex. I just don't know how fast this storm is moving.
Okay, so
this is this one. Nope, I got it. It's moving northeast at 40. So these are just the winds too. So I'm going to keep it on wind so you guys can see the effects of these as it moves towards the northeast at about 40 miles per hour. Here we go. There's the latest radar scan. So as it moves, that's not changing. We'll see here. All right, there you go, Alex.
All right, perfect. So yeah, the immediate city that is right in the line is Temple. Temple, you're at 736. That's basically right now. So if you're not already in that safe place, you got to immediately get into that storm shelter or in the lowest part of your house, interior room, a bathroom. If you have no tornado shelter, probably an interior bathroom would be your best bet, or a closet, and throw something over your head. But then looking further down the line, cities that still need to be doing that, even if it's about 10, 15 minutes out, it's not going to be as quick as it's not going to be as slow as you think it's going to be. It's going to be there in no time. We have Gas City, we have Hope, and then Velma, and then even further down the line, I don't see where Duncan is here on the screen, but Duncan is also in that as well. It does look like the circulation
Duncan
will...
is 804.
It does appear the circulation will stay north of both Loco and Waurika at the moment, but that still doesn't mean that you're not going to see severe weather down there as well. That's just maybe not the initial tornado warning here across the area. And this is a look, once again, at the storms that we're seeing across the whole entire area. And I want to actually stay on the wide shot for just 1 second.
Well, the reason I zoomed out is because
Yep.
of this.
Yes, yeah, we do have
too active.
Okay, yeah, absolutely. We needed to cover new tornado warning. You can see a little bit of that inflow right here. You can see the circulation starting to kick in. Velocity also showing that little bit of a hitch as well in the storms moving into just about to cross the Red River. Looking like it's going to go right over Petrolia. I think I'm pronouncing that right. Hopefully
Yes,
I am.
Petrolia.
Waurika a little bit further down the line as well with that new tornado warning. That's in effect here, a little bit further south, but generally the same area, just about to cross the Red River here into southwest Oklahoma.
So this is located 8 miles southeast of Randalet and is moving east at about 55 miles per hour. So it's right about here where that rotation is. And if we move it east and bring it all the way out towards Waurika, there's about the estimated time that it would arrive if it continues to maintain its strength and maintain its speed. So Waurika, 1203 is not correct because I wrote 5 instead of 55, so let me redraw that.
Then I want to jump in here too. I don't know if we can take it, but maybe Jared shot here pretty soon. I'm seeing something pretty nice on his, or there's definitely something going on his feed there. Maybe a little bit of a wall cloud starting to form. I don't know if we could throw it to Jared and he could talk about what he's seeing out there. But there's definitely something interesting forming. Jared, can you hear me right now? Okay.
All right,
Okay.
we'll get back to Jared in 1 minute. There's the updated cone for that second tornado warning, though.
Yeah, so cities that are immediately impacted. Charlie, you're basically right now, 7:41 p.m. on that rotation down here, about to cross the Red River. Hooper, Waurika, down at 8:01 p.m. So Waurika, you got about 20 minutes or so to get into your safe place. I'd be going there right now and taking shelter, storm shelter preferably, but if it's inside a house, just your most interior room with no windows around you, that's on the lowest floor. As well as Addington is also at the very edge of that cone, looking at about 8:05 p.m. So, yeah, that second tornado warning is definitely starting to, we are seeing some more rotation as well with that. Is it possible we could maybe go back to radar and we can kind of see, or the zoom into the two tornado warnings and we could see a little bit of the impacts here. Okay, so yeah, we have these two tornado warnings. The first tornado warning here in the northern part, this is the storm that I believe Jared was on just a minute ago when we took his live shot showing that wall cloud. So nothing on the ground at the moment with this, but it was definitely producing that rotation in the atmosphere still, and that is heading right towards the Duncan area on their velocity still showing that strong rotation as well, with those greens and reds showing strong winds kind of going the opposite directions here in the area. And then a little further south is that second rotation. So you have 2 points of interest with this storm system making its way into both Stevenson and Jefferson County under the immediate threat for these storms in the next 15, maybe less minutes. Currently, right now, they're located in both Cotton County and then far northern Clay County as well. So keeping a very close eye on those moving towards the north and east. I've said this several times, but if you are ahead of these storms, you need to get into your shelter. Even a city like Waurika, you're not technically in that cone quite yet, but you are going to be more than likely in a tornado warning here coming up pretty soon with that circulation coming directly for your area. You need to get to your safe place and just ride out these storms with the activity moving into the area as well.
I'm going to throw a track on both of these real quick.
Yeah.
But I saw in chat that there's flash flooding occurring. That was from the Tillman County Emergency Manager. I'm not sure where, so let me see if I can find out where that. Oh, here it is. There's a high level crossing at County Road East, West 190 and US 36 north of Granville, and that's likely because of the heavy rain that is falling there. So let me get a track on both of these tornado warned storms. I still have circled the 2 areas of concern that is moving through. It's about the second one, the southern one, is about to cross over into Cotton County, then eventually into Jefferson County. That one is right now located in Clay County. And then we have Jared, Justin, and Barrett. They are on the northern rotation. That is near Hewlin. And there also does appear to be another collaboration with another tornado watch that will be extended. This will include Oklahoma City, the Metro, and Wichita Falls through 3 a.m. Yeah, I saw that. All right, so there's radar for you, Alex.
All right, let's go ahead and go over again what the tornado warnings are showing out there right now just on the radar. We're seeing 2 different points of interest very close to each other. This first tornado warning right here, it looks like the tornado is right about in the far northeastern part of Cotton County, about to enter the far western side of Stevens County as well as far southern Comanche County, but it's going directly towards the Duncan area. There has been confirmed rotation in the atmosphere with it. In terms of actually on the ground, there has not been a confirmed tornado in just a little while in terms of that, but I would just treat this like it's on the ground. It's been showing very much the capability of producing. It's actually already produced one about 30 minutes ago. So this storm right here heading directly towards the Duncan area. You got to be taking shelter right now if you're not already in your safe place, because that is going directly at the Duncan area with strong winds, hail, and that tornado threat all possible over the next 30 minutes with this storm here. Duncan's actually already probably seeing some lightning and thunder right now as the front half of the storm is starting to enter the area. But the circulation here, you can see right on the far northeastern edge of Cotton County. It's about to cross over here into Stevens County as well. And it looks like it's heading directly at the Duncan area in terms of where the actual rotation is heading towards. Right now, estimated time of arrival, Duncan is going to be at 8:01 p.m. So you got about, 7:44 right now. You got about 16, 17 minutes until the center part of Duncan is seeing those storms here in the area. And then for some other cities, Gas City was also going to be pretty quick here. So you got to be keeping an eye on that as well. And then further south, that storm that's producing that second tornado warning as well, still seeing that sign of that rotation. You can see where the flatness of that green and red comes together. That's where the tornado is right here. And it's moving generally towards the north and east. So Waurika, if you're in the Waurika area, you probably got about 20 minutes or so before that storm arrives for you guys as well. Does look like the rotation will stay north of the Petrolia area, but you're probably going to see a lot of lightning if you live near Petrolia, as well as probably the hail and strong winds associated with it. Because there is more of the threat than just that tornado risk. There is the strong straight line winds, and we've seen hail today that has been plenty enough to damage things like cars and the things of that nature outdoors. So all of those hazards are associated with these storms moving into the area.
I'm trying to find how fast
well.
that second one is moving, but I cannot find the warning for some reason to see exactly how fast it is. Oh, there it is. This one is also moving east at 55 miles per hour, so they're both moving easterly right now. The area here, it may clip Waurika, it may not, but right now Waurika 8:06 for an arrival time. Byers would be at 7:52, and then Irving would be at 8:01. It's currently 7:45. But there's a lot of heavy rain, so I do want to touch up on this too, because I know the eastern half of Comanche County is seeing a lot of this, and a lot of people are curious about Lawton right now and what they are seeing.
Yeah, so Lawton right now, in terms of what we're seeing here in the Lawton area, the good news is we're not in the tornado warning polygon in Lawton, but we're still hearing lightning and thunder out there. Here at the station, we're based out of Lawton, and I can hear it on the roof right now. Hard to hear myself, so there's a lot of heavy rain on the eastern side of the Lawton area right now. But in terms of our actual circulations that we're paying very close attention to, they are south and east of the Lawton area, heading right towards the Duncan area right now is the first area of concern with that storm. And then there's some more circulation south of it. But heavy rainfall still associated with the system in general. We've seen several reports of flooding already, and I expect to continue to see flooding concern as we go into the evening hours, because these storms, they're training. They've been sitting here for a while. Walters has been seeing rain, lightning, and thunder for quite a while now here in the Texoma region. But let's go ahead and look at this new severe thunderstorm warning. Lauren, do you know what the hazards are on that, or if you could start pulling that up for me? So it looks like there's a new severe thunderstorm warning with a cell developing a little bit ahead of where that tornado warning is. 60 mile per hour wind gusts and quarter size hail. So this second cell that's developing right ahead of where that circulation is also producing severe weather now. So Duncan, you're already seeing some storm activity, but that circulation we're concerned about is further back, still about 15 minutes away or so from you guys in the area. So you're going to have to keep watching out for that. Yeah, this is a look once again at velocity, that current rotation in the atmosphere just starting to enter the west side of Stevens County, just entering the west side of Stevens County, and it is making a direct line towards the Duncan area as well, as we are seeing that here in the area. So we are keeping a close eye on that, and then maybe we could go look a little further south to the other tornado warning once again. We'll get some visual on that one. What are we seeing with that right now? Okay, so still seeing that circulation. There's that little bit of that hitch right here. You can see the list a little bit of a hitch. If we could actually pause the velocity, Lauren, if you can, when it's go forward to the current time frame that we're at.
I haven't been running because they're all the same.
As we see. Yeah, this is good right here. So 748, you can see that circulation will be right in here on the north side of the Red River now is what it kind of looks like to me, and it's making its way towards the north and east. Out on the current trajectory, it may slide just to the north of Waurika, but you have to treat this like the tornado is going to come directly at your house. Just if you're in that polygon, you got to be sheltering in place because we have definitely the potential. But this is the timing of if it was to continue and move north of the Waurika area. The other cities that got to watch out for it is Hastings at 8:11 p.m. would be your roughly time of arrival for that circulation. You may see rain before that. And then Comanche at 8:41 p.m. That's when that circulation would arrive for you all in Comanche. So there's still a couple areas here that tornado warning could certainly go through in the next hour. So if you're anywhere in that cone, I'm already getting into your safe place. I'm already starting to consider that as we get into the heart of this storm here. Yeah, so let's go ahead and look at hail here. So the storm that's currently producing the most hail is the further southern storm that is producing, it looks like radar is indicating up to ping pong ball sized hail. I don't know if the warning itself maybe has a little bit higher of hail, but that is more than enough to cause damage outside of, or to cars, anything that is outdoors. Looks like the warning itself is set for up to golf ball size hail possible. So while radar might be indicating a little bit weaker of hail, it is certainly possible with that storm here in the area. And I am just taking a quick look to see if there's any new information with these storms, what's going on. Let's go ahead and we'll focus on the Duncan storm here. Let's go ahead and focus on the Duncan storm because it's getting awfully close to Duncan now. Let's see if we can find where that circulation is, or if you could pull up velocity for me here. Okay, so I think it looks like the velocity is in the still entering the western part of Stevens County there, where the oranges or there we go. Yeah, that's much clearer photo. It looks like it switched back to the different radar stars. So yeah, it's just entering the western side of Stevens County. Still, right here is where I would say that circulation is at its peak, and it is heading right towards the Duncan area still, in terms of the direction that it's been trending towards. I still haven't seen any reports of actual confirmation of it being on the ground as of the last 30 minutes, so that is a good sign. But I've seen we did see a wall cloud about 10-15 minutes ago from our storm chasers that are currently on this storm, so that is something we are monitoring. Is if it does drop a tornado, it's going to be within seconds. So everybody ahead of that storm needs to be taking the shelter here in the area, and then we can go ahead. Yeah, you can see the circulation there on our circulation tracker here. It's a little further west on here. I don't necessarily believe it's all the way that far to the west, but and either way, it's in northeastern Cotton County or far western Stevens County, and it's making its track this general direction as it heads towards Duncan. So everybody in Duncan, and then even Marlow further north, it does seem like maybe if it was to miss Duncan or go in the general direction of Duncan, it probably would go on the northern side of it. And then that would be, Marlow would be into play for potential a little further down the line. So Marlow as well, you're not directly in that tornado polygon, but you are going to have to start taking shelter here. I would start doing it now personally, even though you're just outside of that storm here. This is a track on the other severe. This is the severe thunderstorm warning that is in Duncan right now. That is a little bit of a different cell. You can see a bit of a gap. There's a second cell ahead of it that is moving towards the north and east. And this is right now not tornadic, but this is producing severe thunderstorm hail and winds. Could impact Bray here in the next around 8:16. Hope at 8:06. A little further down the line, it'll eventually get to an area like Lindsay at 9 p.m. So we still have a little ways for that storm to, or we still have that storm to be paying attention to as well, with the potential for severe weather. But this one, at least at the moment, that east side of Duncan is not the tornadic one. It's the further one to the west. And it looks like, if I'm not mistaken there, they just issued a new tornado warning. Is that correct?
Checking right now. Yes, for Comanche, Oklahoma, Gracie, Oklahoma, and Stevens.
Okay, so new tornado warning for Comanche, Stevens, and Grady counties there. It includes, it's far eastern Comanche County, so that does not include Lawton. And then it is northwestern Stevens County. It does still include the city of Duncan. They're on the south side of that, so Duncan, you're still in that cone. And then as well as Rush Springs and Marlow, like I brought up just a couple minutes ago, you are next in line for these storms. It looks like it's maybe taking a little bit more of a northern turn. So Marlow and Rush Springs now currently in that tornado warning here. Okay, yeah, goes till 8:45 tonight. Marlow, your time of arrival is at 8:30. Rush Springs, your time of arrival is at 8:48 p.m. So we still have another 45, 50 minutes at minimum of this tornado warning making its way towards the north and east.
It's moving very slow. It's only moving around 25 miles an hour.
Is your mic on?
Okay, so it does seem like the tornado warning has slowed down just a bit. It was apparently moving now at 25 miles per hour. It was moving at one point all the way as fast as 50 miles per hour. So it's a little bit slower of a moving of a storm which we've seen that happen on and off today. It's been up and down in terms of the speed that it's been moving with, but moving towards the north and east right now, that tornado warning was extended. So you got to watch out if you're in northern Stevens County, southern Grady County. All of you are under fire for that potential tornado here because we're still seeing the circulation. Let's see, just taking a quick.
Okay, Alex, real quick, I've been making some phone calls. I just got off the phone with Cotton County Emergency Management. We had 3 reports of damage across Cotton County. 2 houses along County Road 1950 East 270 have damage to them. According to reports from the Cotton County Emergency Manager, though, they are safe. And then there's one other report that is north of the lagoon. That's in southeast Duval. I'm not exactly where that is located, and she wasn't exactly sure either, so she is waiting to get an exact address on there. But we do have a crew that is headed towards that scene as we speak. We are sending Anthony Wynn out to Duval to see what is going on and what has happened because of that tornado warning, that tornado warned storm that produced a tornado that was moving through Duval a little bit earlier this evening. That was about an hour and a half ago. So just wanted to go ahead and give that update that we do have some damage in Duval, and we have crews that are on the way out there now.
All right, thank you for the update, Lexi. And once again, that's down in the Duval area. So that was all the way down here near the Red River, where we did get a confirmed tornado on the ground very briefly. Might I add, but it was still on the ground nonetheless as it crossed the Red River. We haven't seen any reports recently saying that it's on the ground. The current circulation, though, that we're keeping an eye on right now, this Duncan one right here, yep, looks like we're circling it right now, and it's moving towards the north and east. It looks like it could just barely miss Duncan to the north if it was to have that little bit more of a left turn on that track. But Duncan, that's way too close of a call. I would be definitely jumping into your storm shelters right now if you're not already in your storm shelters. But then the other city to be really on the lookout is both Bray and Marlow. Marlow, you have an arrival time here of 8:32 from when that circulation gets there. You probably are already seeing a lot of lightning and thunder now. Could even be seeing some rain as well. But Marlow, the circulation is on the way to you guys as well. So be getting into your safe spots here sooner than later with that tornado threat certainly possible here in the area. Perfect here. Let's go back to this. It looks like we got a lot going on in terms of all the warnings and stuff like that, but we do have 2 points of circulation. We focused a lot on the Duncan one here, but we do have more rotation down south of, or a little further south, this different tornado warning that's near the Red River. I want to take a point or draw some attention to as well. There's a couple points of circulation I'm actually kind of noticing on radar here. So the first one that prompted this tornado warning about 20 minutes ago is this circulation. It's right in here. It looks like it maybe faded out just a bit. It goes right here and then goes right there, but it's north of the Red River now. That circulation heading towards the general direction of Eureka, but just because maybe the circulation could be weakening just a touch, I would still be treating this like the tornado is on the ground because it is certainly capable of it. These storms have been just a snap of a finger and it'll go right back from no tornado to a tornado on the ground. So there's one point of circulation just north of the Red River, about to enter the far northwestern parts of Jefferson County. Then I also see, maybe, could we go back to the radar? And I don't know if I was imagining it, but maybe a second point of circulation a little further south even. And this one isn't part of the tornado warning. Yeah, right here, there's maybe a little bit of a kink there. I don't know if that'll draw a tornado warning eventually, but that is something also to monitor here as well. Maybe a little bit there, but nothing too much that I'm seeing at this point here on radar. Let's go back, I guess, to the Duncan storm here. That is the main definitely a main focus. Oh, just got upgraded to the confirmed tag as well, so it is on the ground. It looks like there must have been some report saying it was on the ground. That's what this white box around the tornado warning means. It means someone reported that they saw the tornado warning, or maybe there was a picture of it on the ground. So there's circulation for sure. Let's go ahead and pull up velocity Timing first, yeah, let's do that for sure. Marlow, 8:26 p.m., Rush Springs at 8:44, and then Bailey at 8:51 p.m. tonight. With this storm as it moves to the north and east, and will be into your neck of the woods here in no time. Can we try to, maybe we'll hone in a little bit on where we think this tornado would be located at if we do see it. Be somewhere right in this location right here. So just to the west side of Duncan, I mean probably about 5 to 10 miles west of Duncan as it moves towards the north and east. Yeah, a little bit of maybe like an inflow right there. You can see the reds wrapping around there. That is definitely indicating there's more rotation there than what there has been over the course of the night, and this is coming right into the Duncan suburbs there, going towards the north and west, just to the north of Empire City as well with this storm system. So there is prominent rotation there as well. Is there anything going on in the chat room? Anything of noteworthiness?
Yeah, I do want to mention just a few things that I am seeing. So first of all, let's go back to the view of Southwest Oklahoma. We'll show radar. We'll just kind of show the bigger picture of what is going on, and then we'll get to some of these warnings that we do have. First of all, Lawton is not under a tornado warning. You may have had your phones go off. You may have heard some of these sirens. I know I've been seeing some conflicting reports, but I am letting everybody know right now, Lawton, 8:01 p.m. is not under a tornado warning. It is not under a severe thunderstorm warning. Parts of Comanche County are under a tornado warning. In fact, it's an observed tornado. That's why we have that white polygon, but it is closer as you head eastward into Stevens County along Highway 7. So Lawton, not under a tornado warning, not under, no siren should be going off. You may have got an update about a tornado watch that was reissued, and that is absolutely the case. There was a reissuance of the tornado watch that has been in place for over 12 hours now. That came out at 7 o'clock this morning, 8:02, and that is still going to be the case here until 3 o'clock in the morning. So to repeat that, no tornado warning for Lawton. The two tornado warnings that we have are currently across Stevens County. It is southern Grady County, and it is part of Comanche County. And then we have another area of rotation towards the south that is along the Red River that includes Clay County, as well as Cotton County and Jefferson County. But the one tornado warning that is observed, that's why we have the white polygon, it's still rain wrapped, and it is likely going to be rain wrapped here, unfortunately. Not seeing from either of our two chasers really any indication that they are on this storm. Jared is in Stevens County, is in Marlow. I'm not sure where Matt is. Matt is somewhere in the heart of a storm because he is seeing a lot of heavy rain. So we're just going to let Matt kind of get out of the bad zone right now. I assume he's stuck somewhere in this heavy rain. And for those that are asking about some of these other cities and towns, Waurika, you're not seeing anything now. That is expected to change, though, as we head into the next probably 30 to 40 minutes or so, because there is that tornado warning storm that is located just to your east. So to reiterate, folks, Lawton is not under a tornado warning. We are under a tornado watch. There is some power outages as well. I am going to pull that up just to see what we are dealing with across Oklahoma. Right now we're up to about 1,100 people without power. This is mostly in Lawton, it looks like. It looks like there are some reported outages in the central part of Lawton that extend just south of Rogers Lane near Fort Sill Boulevard and 11th Street that goes all the way near the hospital, not necessarily including the hospital. Cameron University is not included in some of these power outages, but they do extend all the way down to the airport. It appears that the airport is currently without power, and this pretty much extends all the way down to the landfill that is currently without power. So it's about 1,100 people that are currently there. Matt Walker is in Central High and Highway 7, so he is in that tornado warning storm that has that area of rotation that is just just passing over from Comanche County into Stevens County. So Matt is in the thick of it right now. He's definitely seeing a lot of heavy rain here, and is going to, that's where Jared is. So Jared's near 62 and near Highway 7, or not 62, Jared's near 81 and Highway 7, where Matt is a little bit more further west. He is in Central High, which is along Highway 7, and they're seeing the observed tornado right now. I haven't seen any pictures or confirmations of this, but this is still something to be mindful of and making sure that you are in your safety precautions. Let's go to velocity, and so people can see where the current rotation is located. Just along Highway 7. Marlow, head to your spaces now. You need to be making sure that you are in your safe space because this storm is moving towards the northeast. Let me get an exact movement on how fast these storms are moving, and then we'll time it out for you of how long you have. Marlow will be in this. It does appear to stay north of Duncan and south of Rush Springs. So this tornado warning is moving northeast at 25 miles per hour. Alex, I'm going to answer this phone call from Anthony, so you can go ahead and take that over.
Yeah, so here's once again if the future or the track of that where that rotation is, you're just generally right in here. You see those reds and those greens. That's creating that circulation. It does appear it'll just miss north of downtown Duncan, but still way too close to call. Even if you're in the south side of Duncan, I would just be taking shelter anyways. But the cities that really need to be watching out for is Nellie and Marlow, and then further down the line we have Bailey as well. As those are all your three cities in the next 30 minutes to an hour or so. Nellie right now at 8:03 or 8:08 with the storms here. So we got to watch out for all those as these storms move in. Like I said, your circulation is right here on the west side of Duncan, where you can see the inflow right there, and then the storm or the rain coming back. There we go. Got it circled nicely. That's your tornado. That would be, if it's on the ground, it said it was observed, which means there was at least one report of someone saying it was on the ground with this storm. So capable of being on the ground here for sure as it moves towards generally the Marlow direction. Get to shelter immediately with this storm here. Yeah, it's a good idea. Let's bring up the debris signature. I'm not seeing anything too much in terms of debris right now. Looks pretty consistent with this instrument that we have on right now. If there was a debris ball of stuff in the atmosphere, you would see different colors here where the tornado would be, and I'm not seeing too much of where the west side of Duncan right now. So if it's on the ground, it's on the weaker side, but still nonetheless could be strengthening as we go into the nighttime hours, and we still have that white polygon, which means it's an observed tornado that is currently on the ground here. That has made contact with the ground heading directly towards, to me, it looks like the Marlow area. So Marlow, got to be getting into your safe places already. If you're not already there, you got to be getting there ASAP with this storm. Further south a little bit, we can go back to this tornado warning down here. That's just radar indicated, which is why it's red right now. There hasn't been a confirmed tornado with this one. This has actually been issued for a while. I wouldn't be surprised if it's set to expire pretty soon. I don't know if Lauren, maybe we can fact check that. If I had to guess, I think it would be done at 8:15 p.m. So we'll see if they extend that. The original reason why it was issued is for a circulation right here that's right on the edge of the polygon now, moving towards the north and east. So that circulation that they were setting it towards, it's going to split the difference, it looks like, between Waurika and Duncan, but you all need to be sheltering in place still. So if you live somewhere between Waurika and Duncan along Highway 81, there's another point of interest of circulation with a potential tornado there as well with that system. So there's a lot going on in both Stevens and Jefferson counties here and across the area. Let's go through, if we can maybe go back into, we can go ahead. Let's look at just the the overall pattern of what we're seeing out there right now. A lot of focus has been, for rightfully so, on the 2 tornado warnings in in southern Oklahoma right now. But we have this whole line of storms that is formed here, and it is just training over the same areas. I mean, look at Monday down here in southwestern Texoma. They've been seeing rain since 4 p.m. in the afternoon, and it's just been heavy rain. We've had this flash flood warning in place for a while, and we're still seeing heavy rainfall. I wouldn't be surprised if there's a lot of flooding going on across North Texas right now, because these storms have been training, which means basically going over the same exact areas that have already seen rain for hours. So we've seen a lot of rainfall with that as well. This is a flood-making system for the areas that are seeing rain for sure. So that's another concern as well. Obviously not as, it's obviously not as spicy as what people think of when they think of the tornado warnings, but flooding is also a big concern out there as well. That is a thing that causes a lot of problems that people don't think about. So rainfall rates across this whole entire band have just been very heavy the last 3-4 hours across across Texoma. Well, let's go back and jump into the tornado warnings here, if we can get back and zoomed into those as well. All right, there we go. So we have this tornado warning still. We'll start again with this further north one. That's an observed tornado. That means it was at least reported on the ground. You can see the inflow there to the north of Duncan is what it looks like to me right now. But Duncan, you're still in that polygon. You should be sheltering.
Some kind of like discrete cells, if you move out the way just a little bit, it looks like there are some discrete cells that are behind you.
Behind me. Oh, yeah. It looks like there's a couple cells here, right here on the very edge of the viewing area here near Helton, and then also moving further north towards the central part of Oklahoma as well. So we'll keep an eye on this. There's cells forming ahead of this line of storms here. And as we go into the evening time, we're actually going to see more activity kick off soon. So that is important to note that we're not done with just what we have right now. We're going to see more and more as we go into the evening time with that low level jet kicking up in the overnight hours here. We'll see some stronger winds aloft here. Let's go ahead and zoom in on Duncan again. Let's get an updated location on maybe where that rotation would be at in terms of where it would be. So the area maybe looks a little bit broader, but it would be generally north and west of the Duncan area right now, somewhere in this pocket.
Just west of Marlow.
Yeah, just west. It's moving towards the Marlow direction. So if you live in northern Duncan, southern Marlow, or anywhere in between along Highway 81, that's where that circulation is going to be going over Highway 81 right now, is somewhere in between Duncan and Marlow. So that will be that's the spot to avoid. Or if you're indoors, or if you're at home, you got to be sheltering immediately, because that is where the tornado, if there was a tornado on the ground, that's where it's going over right now. And then we can see that as well. It looks like the notch is a little bit dissipated on the actual radar scans itself, but there still is definitely still a little bit of a notch right here in between Duncan and Marlow as well. So that observed tornado warning still go on. Looking at our storm chaser feeds just to the side, I'm not seeing anything over there right now of immense. They're seeing a lot of lightning and thunder out there right now, and Matt is in some heavy rain still. But
He was in Central High on Highway 7 the last time I checked with him, but that was 10 plus minutes ago.
Okay.
I expect he's still in that storm. However, Jared is
Okay, so that's our storm hunter right there.
Marlow in Stevens County. So he's probably just setting up, waiting for that tornado warning where that rotation is to hop on over.
Yeah, he's right there where Marlow would be. I don't know if maybe we could throw it to him. It's tough to see exactly what's going on sometimes on the cameras, and maybe he can give us a better view. Is there any way we could contact him and get him to talk about what he's seeing out there?
Yeah, hey Alex, sorry about that. We're just on the west side of Marlow, watching the storm as it moves through this area. I know that this thing at one point was reported as an observed tornado. What we're seeing right now is a lot of lowering, good wall clouds. But as far as anything being on the ground, need to kind of backlight these storms and try to get as good a look as possible of these, of this area of location that radar is showing. But the light reflections are kind of few and far between at the moment. It's moving a little